If a nuclear war ever breaks out, the safest place might be a distant, warm continent, far from the world's power struggles. That continent is Australia. Let's explore 10 fascinating facts about this unique and isolated land. The history of human settlement in Australia dates back approximately 65,000 years, when ancient peoples, ancestors of today's Aboriginal Australians, crossed natural land bridges during periods of lower sea levels. The first Europeans to set foot on Australian soil were the Dutch, with Willem Janszoon arriving in 1606. However, it was Captain James Cook who made the most significant impact. In 1770, he claimed the eastern coast for Britain, ushering in a new era for the continent. From 1782, Britain began using Australia as a penal colony. The first fleet, composed of 11 ships, transported around 700 convicts, many sentenced for minor crimes like stealing bread or livestock, on an 8-month journey to the far side of the world. Life in the colony was harsh, but it offered many a chance to start over. Not all settlers were convicts. During the mid-19th century, the discovery of gold triggered a massive migration from Britain. Australia, still divided into British colonies, experienced rapid growth despite limited inter-colony trade and communication. In 1901, the colonies unified under the Federation of Australia. Full legal independence from Britain wasn't achieved until 1986. Despite its distance from Europe, Australia actively participated in both world wars and various 20th century conflicts, aligning with Allied powers. Today, Australia ranks among the world's most developed nations, known for its high standard of living. Real estate prices are notoriously high, and the country maintains a strict immigration policy, resulting in relatively low migration numbers. One remarkable story from the era of colonization involves the ship Lady Juliana, which transported female convicts to New South Wales. Many of these women were convicted for minor thefts, though some had committed more serious crimes. During the long journey, which included stops in Rio de Janeiro and Cape Town, some women gave birth, adding new challenges to their already difficult voyage. Upon arrival, these women found more freedom than they had in England, and many improved their lives significantly. But not all challenges in Australia were human-made. In 1932, an unusual military operation was launched against emus, large, flightless birds that began invading farmland in search of food and water. Farmers, many of whom were World War I veterans, asked the government for help. Armed soldiers were sent in with machine guns, but the emus proved remarkably agile and resilient. Most of the operation failed, becoming a national joke and a symbol of bureaucratic inefficiency. Aboriginal Australians, the continent's original inhabitants, have maintained one of the oldest continuous cultures in the world, over 50,000 years. They speak a wide variety of languages and live in both remote and urban areas. Their culture is rich, featuring complex social structures, myths, rituals, and more than 250 languages. Colonization brought profound challenges. Aboriginal communities suffered from land dispossession, forced labor, cultural destruction, and the stolen generations, a policy that removed children from their families. Many were also victims of violence and disease brought by Europeans. Even today, Aboriginal Australians face systemic inequality in health, education, and housing. Despite these hardships, Aboriginal populations are growing, and many are actively working to revive and protect their culture and lands. Their cosmology includes the idea of a parallel world inhabited by ancestral spirits, and they are believed to descend from the first modern humans to migrate from Africa nearly 75,000 years ago. One of the most iconic symbols of Aboriginal culture is the boomerang. Used for hunting, rituals, and even music, boomerangs have existed in Australia for over 30,000 years. Not all boomerangs return. Those used for hunting are heavier and designed for long-distance accuracy. Returning boomerangs utilize the Magnus effect, curving back to the thrower due to their aerodynamic shape. Boomerangs are now made from various materials and serve as both sporting tools and cultural artifacts. They've even helped scientists better understand aerodynamics. Another powerful cultural symbol is Uluru, a massive sandstone monolith in the heart of Australia. For the Anangu people, Uluru holds deep spiritual significance. They believe ancestral spirits dwell within it and that it is the center of the world. Though once a popular climbing destination for tourists, Uluru has been closed to climbers since October 2019 out of respect for Aboriginal beliefs. Visitors are encouraged instead to explore the base and learn about its cultural importance through guided tours. Australia is also home to one of the planet's most unusual creatures, the platypus. This egg-laying mammal shares traits with birds and reptiles, yet nurses its young with milk that seeps through pores on the mother's belly. Male platypuses possess venomous spurs, and they lack a stomach. Food passes directly from the esophagus to the intestines. Their genome combines traits from mammals, birds, and reptiles, making them key subjects for evolutionary research. When Europeans first saw platypus specimens, many believed they were fake due to the animal's bizarre appearance. European colonization in the 18th and 19th centuries was brutal. British settlers claimed Aboriginal lands without understanding or respecting their deep spiritual and social ties to the land. Many Aboriginal people were forced into near-slavery conditions, and entire communities were uprooted or destroyed. Diseases, mass killings, and child removals led some historians to describe the period as genocidal. Even in modern times, Aboriginal Australians face discrimination and social challenges. While the government has issued formal apologies and launched support programs, many believe more must be done to repair generations of harm. In the mid-20th century, Australia struggled with a growing fly population due to increased livestock farming. The government launched a biological solution, introducing dung beetles from Hawaii, Africa, and southern Europe between 1965 and 1985. These beetles bury manure, aerate soil, and reduce fly populations. Their efforts helped restore ecological balance and serve as an example of successful natural pest control. However, not all introduced species have been beneficial. Rabbits, brought by Europeans in the 19th century, reproduced rapidly and caused massive agricultural damage. Despite virus-based control methods in the 1950s and 1990s, rabbits remain a major ecological threat. To combat other invasive species, such as dingoes, Australia constructed the Dingo Fence, one of the world's longest structures at 5,600 kilometers. Built to protect livestock, the fence also aimed to limit the spread of rabbits. While effective, it disrupts wildlife migration and sparks ongoing ecological debate. Australia's landscapes, wildlife, and history make it one of the most unique places on Earth. Its past is complex, filled with both struggle and resilience. And its future continues to be shaped by efforts to balance development with preservation, and reconciliation with justice. Thanks for watching this video until the end. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Hope to see you again soon.